Hello? How does that sound?
good key for you? It's not a good key for you? What's that?
Good morning. Morning. Welcome back. Here's to the babies in a brand new world. Here's to the beauty of the stars. Here's to the travelers on the open road. Here's to the dreamers in their cars. Here's to the teachers in the crowded rooms. Here's to the workers in the field. Here's to the preachers of the sacred words. Here's to the drivers at the wheel. Here's to you, my little loves, with blessings from above. Let the day begin. Here's to you, my little loves, with blessings from above. Let the day begin. Here's to you, my little loves, with blessings from above. Let the day begin. Here's to you, my little loves, with blessings from above. Let the day begin. Let the day begin. Here's to the doctors and their healing work. Here's to the loved ones in their care. Here's to the strangers on the streets tonight. Here's to the lonely everywhere. Here's to the wisdom from the mouths of babes. Here's to the lions in the cave. Here's to the struggles of the many wars. Here's to the closing of that age. Here's to you, my little love, the blessings from above. Let the day begin. Here's to you, my little loves, with the blessings from above. Let the day begin. Here's to you, my little loves, with the blessings from above. Let the day begin. Here's to you, my little loves, with blessings from above. Let the day begin. Let the day begin. Let the day start. Thank you. We welcome you this morning to Unity Spiritual Center of Portland. And here's to all of you who made it, whether it's in this space or we welcome you also in our virtual family. We gather with an awareness that there is a consciousness that connects us all. So this idea of here's to you is about the consciousness and the awareness that not only are we interconnected as humanity, as creations of the infinite, but also that we are here on this healing journey, on a journey of figuring out where are the places that I've been invited to heal, where are the ideas and the messages. And I want to just say here's to you. I want to welcome Lois Lasley, who has been coming since the 70s. Lois, I know you're there. Will you stand up for a moment? I know you're here somewhere. I just want to welcome her up until, yes, and just know, Lois has, I remember when I first came, which is about 18 years ago, someone said, oh my gosh, the Lasleys took care of that garden for decades. And then they said, okay, it's time to go on to something else. And they took care of this and this and this. And it's just such a wonderful opportunity. And we have people who are brand new in here. And we welcome you wherever you're from. The people who say, where am I on my spiritual journey and how do I find a place to connect? I'm Reverend Lisa Davis. I'm a part of this. I figure we're all a part of this consciousness we're working to build. And so as we gather this morning, I set an intention. I set an intention that every one of us experiences growth and vitality and life and an awareness that we didn't come just to survive. We came to thrive in 2025. That is what I am holding for every one of us. And so I have no idea why I'm doing that right now. But part of what we've done, if you were here with us for our holiday messages, you might have heard some of it. But basically, as a people, we've been celebrating this country. We start usually with Hanukkah, which we do have our menorah up there. And that is as far as we've gotten with it. It is the fourth day or the fifth day of Hanukkah today. And that will be lit and the ideas. But Hanukkah tells the story of a people of where there is light when there was only supposed to be darkness. And that's all of us. That's a story for all of us. Usually then comes the winter solstice, which is the idea of light, of laughing and dancing on the darkest day of the year. Anybody have some dark we need to dance with and laugh with and challenge and say, wait a minute, we're still here and light's coming. Christmas brings in this idea, this sacred story of the birth of the light within. Jesus said, that which I do, you also are here to do. And today, all of that, we might think, okay, that's over, we're ready for a new year. But really, what we've done and what we do in Unity, we celebrated Advent. So we're going to light these candles. And oh, good. Are you? Good. Thank you, because I didn't do it correctly. We're going to light the Advent candles because the idea in Advent was, let's add. That would be wonderful if you're willing to light those 4 candles. So we looked at the idea of starting with just gathering consciousness, gathering ideas. We started with hope. We went to peace. We did love, and we do joy. And we gather and build and live our lives from that consciousness. And so all of these lights, and by the way, it's Kwanzaa, and I did not bring my Kinara. I'm sorry. It is behind my couch in a cupboard that I honestly could not get to today. So I left it there. However, these ideas, these sacred ideas of light are what I'm encouraging and setting an intention for us to know this year. So in just a moment, we're going to begin this service in prayer. Wherever you've been in this week, in this time in your life, the places that you've shut your heart to, that you've said, I'm not this, or they're not this, or how in the world do we navigate through this, which is a very good question. All of those are good questions. But I know this, for humanity to move through, it requires open hearts. And so part of our intention and part of our job is to open our hearts and to say yes to that movement. So wherever you've been, I just invite you to move into the center and to open your heart. We're going to begin this service in prayer. And we breathe in an awareness. You might say, Mother, Father, God, Infinite Spirit, whatever. It's this ground of being. And we open to an awareness that we live and we move and we have our being within this greater ground of being. All of humanity, all of the universe is filled with a vibration. And we are open and receptive to that living spirit of truth within us. And we allow the love that we are to expand and express as the truth of our being around this country to every being everywhere and around this globe. Every being. We recognize and honor the divine in all. And we stand and hold that space for enough food, enough water, enough safety, enough respect that all of us can recognize together we thrive. For this opportunity to be a part of this vision for humanity and to say yes to that expansion of the vision in our lives, we say thank you, Infinite Spirit. And so it is. Amen. Amen. All right. And Beth, I did be quiet. It takes a while.
We planned all this. This is our plan. Good morning. It's so great to see all of you in between the holidays as we dance back and forth. Unity is a ministry that is grounded on affirmative prayer. And each week we have prayer chaplains who are available to pray with you following the service. Today our prayer chaplains are Colleen and Sherry. Yes, please give them a hand. They deserve it. They work hard. We appreciate them so much. If you have something on your heart you'd like to pray about this morning, you can come and see them after the service. If you're not ready to do that yet, we have prayer requests in the backs of the chairs and on the lobby table. We have a beautiful, we don't have the prayer box in here. The prayer box will be in here after the service, and you can put your prayer request. It will be right here, okay? We're still a little disoriented from Christmas, I believe, so just bear with us. We'll get through this. All right. Dial a prayer. Our chaplains do dial a prayer, which is a wonderful daily message. The number are on some magnets that are on the table out there. Take one home, put it on your fridge, or maybe you need it on your file cabinet in your office to call once in a while. Be sure and pick one of those up today after the service. Our prayer chaplains also leave a wonderful centering and calming guided meditation at 10:30 on Sunday mornings in the chapel. You can join them any week. And they want me to let you know that if praying with others is something that's been on your heart or that you've been considering, they will be holding meet and greets for the next 2 Sundays, January the 5th, January the 12th. Perhaps you feel a calling for this. You can come and meet with them after the service, have your questions answered. It'll be a wonderful time to learn all about what they do. So, of course, today at 1:30 is our celebration of life for Alan Watson. That's happening here in the sanctuary after today's service, 1:30. This coming Tuesday, New Year's Eve, 7 o'clock, is our Burning Bowl Intention service. And this is a wonderful experiential service where we reflect on the things that we're ready to let go of. I don't know, I have a laundry list. I don't know about you, but it's been a year. We're ready to let that go. And we're ready to set our intentions for the new year. So plan to join us this Tuesday at 7. We are going to have a short little New Year's Eve toast and sharing of refreshments downstairs. So you can plan to come and join us for that and bring a snack to share. So we have a lot happening next Sunday because after the bowl burning intention service, we have the beautiful white stone ceremony. And this is a really favorite ceremony of everyone. We have white stones that come from Jerusalem. Through meditation, you will receive a word for the year, and that will be your compass for 2025. And it's really a beautiful, beautiful time. So we hope you join us next Sunday at 11. And, you know, what goes up must come down. So next Sunday, guess what next Sunday is? After the service, we're taking it down, okay? So if you can, please plan to stay and give us all a hand. Sharon Dixie are highly organized, and they do, yes, they are. They are indeed. But they want you to come and see them after the service to affirm for them that you will be here to lend them a hand. So we appreciate you doing that. They'll be around following the service today. Also next Sunday, in between the undecorating, Jen Lingenfelter is going to be here, and she's going to be shooting some testimonials for what Unity has meant to you. Sharon Mitchell's putting together a lovely 100th anniversary video for us in celebration. But we want some of your testimonials. I know we've talked to some of you about this. Plan to see her next Sunday. Quick and painless, I promise. It'll be brief, so we'll remind you again next week about that. Our teens kick off the collection of books next week. This is big around here. I know some of you love that book sale that they have every year. I know this time of year we're all going through our stuff, right? We're trying to make room. We're getting rid of the old, and hopefully you'll bring in some new books from that. But it will kick off in February. They will be collecting your books all through the month of January. This event helps to send our teens to rally and camps. So it's a wonderful way to support them. You can also support them today at Coffee and Connection. Big thanks to all of you who brought food in to support them. But 5th Sundays of the month, Youth Ed Coffee and Connection, all the money collected at the love offering for that goes directly to them. So we appreciate you supporting that. We have a lot of learning and growing opportunities coming up in the new year. This Thursday, January the 2nd at 1:30, is our current events book study group. This is brand new. It starts this Thursday, 1:30. They are going to be studying the book On Tyranny by Timothy Snyder. They'll be reading the book in the group, so you don't have to buy the book ahead of time. You can just come. They want you to know that knowledge is power. We do know that, so come and join our community activists. 1:30 Thursday, beginning January 2nd. The Sunday morning 12 Power study group with Annette Boswell is taking a little hiatus until January the 26th, but she and Reverend Lisa will be hosting a 12 Powers workshop January the 19th following the service. There's a sign-up sheet out on the lobby table. Make sure you get your name on that if you're planning to attend. And we also have registration open for Reverend Lisa's Metaphysics 2 class, which will kick off January the 14th, 6 Tuesdays. You did not have to attend Metaphysics 1 to join in on this, so you can certainly do that. Again, there's a sign-up table out on the lobby, in the newsletter, on the website. The total for the series is $80, and you can make that payment on PushPay, but plan on joining her for that. All right. Anyone who's here for the first time, I know it's up here. Lisa, you got it buried. I found it. All right. If you're new, if this is your first time here, we welcome you. We're glad you're with us. If you did not receive a welcome packet on your way in this morning, raise your hand, hold it up high. Our ushers have a handful of those. They'd love to give you one this morning, so make sure you do that. There's wonderful information in there about what's going on. On the back, there is a card that we would love for you to fill out and leave with us today. That will get you on our mailing list, and you will get a weekly email newsletter, which will outline all the things that are happening here. On the front, there's a rose sticker. We'd love for you to put that on your lapel or your name tag, and that will let us know who you are. We want you to come down and join us at Coffee and Connection. We welcome you. Have a great week, and Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you. And we do welcome you if you're here for the first time. Just to show all of us how many of us are new in this venture, I just invite you, whether you have a packet or not, to raise your hand if you're here for the first time or you haven't been here in a long time. There's a lot of people here, and we welcome you. We're so happy that you're here. You know, we honor everyone believing that right where we are in our spiritual journey is where we're supposed to be, even though most of us would like somebody else's journey, or we'd like to add the pieces that we think should happen. And yet, what I'd like to say is, if these ideas that you hear here work for you, I would encourage you to become a part. It is so important to find a place to anchor ourselves and to be reminded of who we are, that we're whole, infinite, complete, we're worthy, and we have all that we need in this moment. If it doesn't work for you, if what's said just doesn't seem to resonate, it doesn't support you on your journey, then I would encourage you to continue seeking. Find a place that says, I know who you are, and reminds you of it over and over and over again. All right, we are going to stand and sing.
Yeah, please join us.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. beautiful life, my life. Thank you for this life, Spirit. Thank you for this life. Thank you for this life, Spirit. Thank you for this life. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful life. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful life. I see my friends through the friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My loving, my loving, my loving friends. My loving, my loving, my loving friends. I see you. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My loving, my loving, my loving friends. My loving, my loving, my loving friends. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Oh, thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. And we say thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. We just say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We just say thank you. Oh, thank you. Last time we say thank you. Let's hear it from Mary Ellen.
Yes, thank you, Mary Ellen. Thank you, thank you. We invite you to turn to those around you with a welcome. Namaste. So glad you're here. I'm glad you took this journey. Well, the sun came out in Portland. We had to close the curtains. Thank you, God, for sunlight. Thank you, God, for sunlight. You know, as we walk this spiritual journey, and life is sacred. Every day of our lives, we might think, well, I don't agree with that, or I don't want that, or no way is this the sacred part. But the truth is, every moment, every breath, every step that we take is sacred. And part of allowing ourselves to be anchored in the truth of our being, not in the news stories that you might hear of who we are or what people are or what's happening, but truly in the center, is by spending time in meditation and getting quiet and listening. And so whether you're an active meditator or you're someone who would love to be an active meditator or never plan on being that, I just invite you to find a way to spend time in the quiet. So on Sunday mornings, we spend just a few minutes in this centering process. And after the music, I just will invite you to join us in meditation and realizing that life is lived from the inside out. And the truth of the universe moves through us every moment.
I shine so bright, I illuminate the darkness. I am a light, I shine so bright, I illuminate the darkness. I am a light, I shine so bright, I illuminate the darkness. I am a light, I shine so bright, I illuminate the darkness.
And if you haven't already closed your eyes, I invite you to do so, relaxing your body and turning within. Breathing out fully, breathing in completely. Recognizing that the sacred cycle of the breath is always a reminder. I am that I am, breathes as me now. The very light of the universe vibrates within me, as me. And I allow myself to rest in a cellular knowing. I am light in the silence, in the silence. Whatever comes up in my mind, I continually know, peace, be still. And I allow a greater awareness of the light that vibrates as me now to live within my heart, within my being. And I simply say yes to the movement of that light this day. And so it is. Amen.
I shine so bright, I illuminate the darkness. I am a light, I shine so bright, I illuminate the darkness. I am a light, I shine so bright, I illuminate the darkness. I am a light, I shine so bright, I illuminate the darkness. I am a light, I shine so bright, I illuminate the darkness. I shine so bright, I illuminate the darkness. I will listen, direct my path. I have vision for what's at hand. I am quiet, I can hear so clearly. Oh, sweet Spirit, my life is blessed. I set my eye on the glory. I set my heart on the love. My life is filled with your presence. I move into your heavenly bliss. I awaken to the future. I send blessings to the past. I am now filled with reassurance. Oh, sweet Spirit, my life is blessed. I set my eye on the glory. I set my heart on the love. My life is filled with your presence. I move into your heavenly bliss. glory. I set my heart on the love. My life is filled with your presence. I move into your heavenly bliss. I will listen, direct my path. I have vision for what's at hand. I am quiet, I can hear so clearly. Oh, sweet Spirit, my life is blessed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I want to say to all of our music team that is here, and Michael, and all of you, we're so blessed. Susan and Mark and Michael and TJ and Sean, I know you guys had a busy holiday too, with all kinds of shows. We had amazing music. And what a gift it is to open our hearts and for you to be back here after the holidays. A lot of times, usually this is our actual lowest season, or slowest service of the year. I was going to say that, and I looked out and I thought, well, maybe it's not. maybe it no longer is, but thank you. Thank you for the gift of that music, for the wisdom of the words. And then we get to say, who are we, and where is it that we're going? I actually love this service. It's the one after Christmas. We've done all of this preparation and all of this work, and we've looked at the sacredness of the journey we're on, and then things are often a mess. Anybody experience that? Anybody? This service, by the way, I have to laugh. We did a fabulous Christmas Eve service. It was amazing. It was full. We had so many people at the early candle lighting service on the 20th that we thought, well, I wonder who's going to come. And the thing was, do we have enough candles? It was just wonderful. And then I went home and had dinner for my family and then did breakfast the next day. And there were 5 kids between the ages of 21 and 25. And in my house and around my house or in my sister's house with us 14 hours a day. And then usually at night they said, it's 11:45, there's a movie on somewhere, let's go. And so somebody, it was just a fascinating time. They left. I had thought this service was done. I got it out last night at about 11 and realized everything was done but the message. And for the first time in my life, I had marked it as done. And I just had to laugh. And I thought, that's what this time is. It's that time when I haven't cleaned up a thing in my house, so I haven't gotten through the layers other than what the dog would eat, and that's gone because he ate it or took it apart. But the rest of it, it's like, this is where we are. We're done with some of these pieces, and then we're just beginning to turn and look at a new year. And I want to talk about, here at Unity, we began 2024 with a theme of You Belong. And we studied what belonging looks like. Because what we've learned is that one of the mindsets that a power over versus a power with culture, and that means all the isms, whether it's capitalism, it's patriarchy, it's racism, it's any of these mindsets. If we're born in that, we don't believe we belong. If we take on any parts of that mindset, the majority of the people don't believe they belong. And so we did studying with Sebene Selassie's book, You Belong. We belong to it all. We belong to that which we appreciate and love and like. We belong to that which we don't like. We belong to the stuff we hate. We belong to it all, and we belong to humanity and the movement and the lifting and the journey that we all get to go on. And so we began our year there. And I want to anchor that as part of what we're doing, I believe, and what humanity is being called to do is to let go of old mindsets, old stories that have plagued us, that have separated us, that have, and we bought into it without even knowing it. If you bought into an old mindset of I'm not worthy, I'm just going to ask, anybody in here grew up with that one? I'm separate, I'm not worthy, I'm not enough. That is the same mindset that is also in there with I don't belong, I have to be perfect, I have to show up this way, life has to show up this way for me to be happy. Those are all mindsets that people within a culture take on. Not even if, you don't even have to agree with that culture, but we absorb it. And so part of this spiritual journey that Jesus, as he said, this light is within me, and it's within you. And the things that I do, you also do. He didn't come to start a religion. He didn't come to separate us. He was a radical activist who spoke and to all of the untouchables, to all of the things, he went in and said, you are that light, you are that light, you are that light. And so in Unity, we have always looked at Jesus as a way shower. We study the teachings of Buddha. Buddha brought a mindset of just enlightenment, the idea that that's where we're going and we're moving, and Jesus brought it into, and it's in you. And so these wisdom teachers around the world, they've shared these ideas. And our opportunity and our journey, and where the rubber really hits the road, is will we allow them to be our journey? And so you're kind of getting what was in my mind, what was just happening since 11 o'clock last night. And I'm just going to invite you into it. Anyway, I want to start out with Albert Einstein. Our separation from each other is an illusion of consciousness. See, we were raised, I want us to get this. Our separation from each other is an illusion of consciousness. It came from Newtonian physics, which is not accurate and not current anymore, and yet, with that flat earth mentality, we keep it in there. And so the active work we get to do as we look at this next year, and I just simply ask the question, what do I need to know and hold to walk through 2025 with as much breath and as much grace as I am able to? We're all going to go through 2025 one way or another. We get to decide. We choose our thoughts. We choose our reactions. Now, some of them may, they blind us when we get hit with a cosmic 2x4. But we still get to decide the story we repeat about it and the story we live by how we do that. And so what is it that we want to take in there? So Albert Einstein, our separation from each other is an illusion of consciousness. Adyashanti. But in the end, spirituality is about waking up from the dream of separateness to the truth of unity. That's what it's all about. So part of this journey, it's going to be, I think it's going to be, what is that, interesting? I think it's going to be interesting. And I think we are going to have opportunities like we've never had before to let go of some of those mindsets. I didn't even hear 5 years ago that there were mindsets that I needed to let go of other than think the thoughts. You create your world. Focus on what we can manifest. And that was a start. That was the training shoes or the training wheels or whatever it is for choosing our thoughts about who we are and how we operate together. And that together is the truth of who we are and where we're going and what we're learning to live within. Myrtle Fillmore, one of the co-founders of Unity, said, God is already in every part of your being. So it's just a matter of being conscious of oneness with God. Your thoughts of truth form this consciousness. Spirit. And you might say, well, what is this God we're talking about? There's no God out in the sky. I look at it as a ground of being, an energy field, a vibrant life that lives within all of us, that creates, that is creative at its course, it's a holograph, so we don't have just a part. Anybody thought they were born with parts left out? Any of us? we're gonna look at that starting the end of January in our next Spirit Group program, doing the gifts of imperfection, because part of what we've learned to do is try to be perfect and then crucify ourselves if we're not. And those are all old mindsets we're dropping. But instead, beginning to know and to build on the base that we have was one of the first things I realized. We all have a base of whatever we want to call it. God, a ground of being. I often call it a quantum field because I don't know how to describe the vibrant movement of energy that's present, that has created us individually, collectively, globally, and all of the universes. Think of where we are. We're in the midst of all of it. And that's our ground of being. But we grew up in a culture that said, just cut yourself away from that. Anybody heard the word, you're a sinner? It's an archery term. It means you missed the mark. It's nothing else. It has nothing to do with the being of who you are. Unfortunately, people have taken that, and that is a power over culture. We have got to let that go and to move back into and say, I am taking on a mindset that says the ground of being, God, Spirit, created me. And I'm a part of the wholeness that is. Now, wholeness is our true nature. Wholeness. That's a quantum field. And it's in our hearts, and it's our mind, it's in our being. And yet, how often have we tried to figure out, who am I in the midst of this? I'm just a part over here. I didn't have this part. I didn't have the education. I don't have the money. I don't have the connections. I might not have the body or the mind or the whatever. All of that is the old stuff. The truth is, we get to build on the base that we already have. And this base is a vibrant spirit that is whole in its nature, that created us. And you might call it God, you can call it spirit, you can call it anything you want to call it. But we get to know that that's the truth of our being and begin building from that. David Bohm said, as human beings and societies, we seem separate. But in our roots, we are a part of an indivisible whole and share in the same cosmic process. We're a part of the indivisible whole. The act of othering, we're going to get to deal with. And yet, with a power over mindset, and I don't know a better way to say it right now, with that mindset and culture, we're taught to other because it keeps us weak. It's not the truth. I may not understand. I may not agree in any way, shape, or form. But somewhere in there, we're in a cosmic dance of knowing the wholeness we have. Sometimes people may not have the tools to overcome that, and it does not mean I'm not part of the tool and the part of the process of doing it piece by piece by piece. That's what we're learning to do. But when we come from I'm whole and you're not, or I'm a part but I'm a bigger part than you are, so I may have lost a lot of pieces but I got a few more than you do, it's still judgment, it's still comparison, it's still all these different pieces. And so where do we go? You know, you're probably going to laugh, but I'm going to bring in some Pierre Teilhard de Chardin. When I had one day yesterday and I decided I had way too much sugar and too many people, I stayed in bed and, of course, watched information on Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, just as something, I don't know why. Actually, I think it keeps my daughters, my 22-year-old and 25-year-old did not come in the room because they're like, you're watching that stuff again? And so I listened to commentaries on them and what they had to say. But he talked about this idea of the universal center. And he called it a mega point. And this was on Where is Evolution Taking Us? And it was done a month ago by Ilia Delio. And it was fascinating because she's talking about, now she's a Catholic nun who is, as a university professor, they can't kick her out anymore. They're realizing that's not working. And so they're just allowing her to have a little bit of movement and a little bit of space, but because she is such a spiritual teacher on the planet now, they're just letting it be. Pierre Terre de Chardin, as a Jesuit priest, was exiled, and they, didn't publish any of his work until after he passed away. But he had this idea. He said, first of all, the energy we're talking about, this ground of being, is love. That's what it is. It's love. Now, this is a scientist. It is love. And it's a vibration that's there. And he talked about the omega point, which is the wholeness. It's this hologram, you could say, of the universe that's both within us, and it's also at the same time pulling us into greater complexity and connection and the future. And so while we're working on how can I believe I'm connected and a part of and whole, and I can't even get through the day with looking in the mirror and saying, you're beautiful, you're a creation of spirit. And so you wonder, how do I do this? There's also that same omega point pulling all of us in a direction of wholeness, of knowing the wholeness that we already are. It's a principle of the universe. And so he said, the nature of the universe is undivided wholeness. Is that what the news people tell us? Anybody see that on your news stories? So we get to start looking at it. That means everything that's happening to us in this country on some level is undivided wholeness. So we get to build on the base that we have. That means build the connection, build the knowing, build the language in our brain that says, I am connected with this source. And I am a part of the movement of spirit on this planet. And I am whole. I'm a part of the undivided wholeness no matter what is being told and showing up around me. I am still, at its core element, a part of that undivided wholeness. And he said, what science can't prove the existence of omega. Now they're calling it the dark energy matter, and that it's moving forward, and they're talking about how much of the universe it is. They are very clear that there is this 0-point energy field. There's no question. But he said, what is needed is faith in the existence of an organized whole, seeking greater wholeness in which consciousness and intelligence play a fundamental role. And that intelligence is not, I'm smarter than you. It's the ability in our hearts to say, I'm here to connect with you. I'm here to know our greater wholeness. And so we begin building our base, and then we get to go to building our bridges. This time of year we might say, are there bridges that I've severed? Pierre Teilhard Chardin says the same thing. He said, the wholeness, that is God, that is the love energy, actually becomes more and more whole as humanity allows it to express in us and allows it to pull us further. It becomes more whole as a universe, as people, as what it is, as we allow it to become whole in us. What an opportunity. You know, when I couldn't watch any more Pierre Teilhard Chardin, I actually just shifted to a movie, and then I went back to watch the rest of this. But the movie I watched was 6888. And if you haven't seen it, you have got to see it. It's a Netflix movie. I didn't say it was easy. It was transformational. And it was the true story of the black unit, the only black women's unit that went to Europe during World War II. And about a decade ago, they started actually telling the story, and it is phenomenal. But every part of what we're looking at here is there. Because these women came from all over. They faced every kind of difficulty, including racism from the people around them, wherever they were. And each other. They didn't get along with each other. And you watched as the story went on, as they got stronger, and they found what connected them and bound them. They found a respect for each other, and they found a way to walk forward, even when they were put in quarters that had been bombed, had no electricity, had no beds, had no anything. The men had failed, the white women had failed at this process, and this is the only thing they allowed the black women to do, which was to try and get the 17 million pieces of mail that had not been delivered to that point delivered. And they simply said, we can do it. And they walked through hell to get there. And they did it now the women that they've taken their stories later, and you can look up some of their stories, they said no one knew it then, but now they're recognizing who we were and the strength that we had. That's a story for today. I don't know that we could have seen it then because we didn't have the eyes and the mindset. But the world is inviting us, the universe is inviting us right now to stand in the mess and know we're more than that. To find a way to connect with the people we don't understand and may never think we'll be like, but stand there long enough with an intention to connect and build something larger, and you will open your heart and find a depth and a part of them that they may not have known and you may not have known. But together, we do something more. So my invitation as we move into this new, we're looking at a new year, build on the base that you already have. And build a bridge to that which scares you, or you may have cut off, or you may not have forgiven up until now. And then stand with humanity. That love is why we're here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, we are so blessed. In just a moment, we will have the opportunity to share in gratitude. To just know that we are a part of the movement of spirit and a part of claiming we are enough, have enough, and can hold that space. So I think we have ushers. I believe we do. All right, I thank you for standing up. I want to make sure we do before I start this. There is a list here of ways you can give. That's also in the back of your chair if you'd like to do that, whether it's on the website, PushPay, it's texting Unity of Portland to that number, 833-814-3477. The QR code and mail. We still have about 3 more weeks in our holiday challenge, and if you haven't thought of giving above and beyond your regular giving, I would invite you to do so, simply because we are holding a space for this community as we move into our 100th year. And I am so grateful that we are holding that and are doing really well with that. So we're going to say our blessing, which is, again, looking at the very energy of the universe. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen.
The warmth of your love's like the warmth of the sun, and this will be our year. Took a long time to come. Don't let go of my hand now, the darkness has gone. This will be our year. Took a long time to come, and I won't forget the way you helped me up when I was down. I won't forget the way you said, darling, I love you. You gave me faith to go on. Now we're there and we've only just begun. This will be our year. Took a long time to come. The warmth of your smile, smile for me, little one. This will be our year and we've only just begun. You don't have to worry, all your worry days are gone. This will be our year and we've only just begun. And I won't forget the way you helped me up when I was down. I won't forget the way you said, darling, I love you. You gave me faith to go on. Now we're there and we've only just begun. And this will be our year and we've only just begun. And this will be our year and we've only just begun. Oh my, my.
Thank you, thank you. All right, I wanted to share with you a couple different pieces. In just a moment, we'll sing our youth in. Next Sunday is our White Stone ceremony. You heard about it. It is the largest service we do. You might want to get here a little early if you'd like a seat. That's just to remind people it's a wonderful opportunity. It's a meditative service, and we just say, Spirit, what would you have me know this year? How would you have me named? And we'll go through that process. The Burning Bowl, which happens Tuesday evening at 7 p.m., is another one where we actually do journaling. How was this last year? What were things going on? And we end up with a small sheet of paper we will come up and burn it and let it go and do that sacred process. It is going to be live streamed this year. Please don't burn regular paper at home. We use special flash paper, and I had a couple people say they couldn't put theirs out last year, or that I don't know when it was, but just know, do it well if you're going to do it at home. We're very happy that you do, and we are live streaming it, but just do it cautiously. But it's a wonderful opportunity, and then we go into Spirit, what would you have me know, and set intentions for this coming year. And I'd invite you this week to really look at your life and say, what would you have me know? What is it that I'm going to build, and how am I going to look forward to that? We will be beginning a, besides the 12 Powers class, we'll do a workshop on a Sunday. Beth talked about it. We'll begin spirit groups the last Sunday in January, and it will be with gifts of imperfection. So that's a way to connect. We're going to sing our youth in today. It looks like everybody stayed home, and that's okay, but we know the wholeness of who they are. So I invite you to open your heart, to encircle these kids with the energy field of love that you are, and allow that love to know the truth of who they are.
You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. Oh, how we love
munchkins today. And if you heard some tears, we're just learning how to get along with each other when we're all the same size. And so tell them your name.
My name is Emmeline.
Hello. Tell them what we did today.
We wrote on the paper and
What did we write on the paper?
stuff what we're going to let go of.
And then what do we do with the paper?
We put the paper in water.
And what happened to the paper? What happened to it?
The paper disappeared in the water.
Yes, we do have more than I thought. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Hi, everyone. Hello. So today, all of the youth is doing Connection Hour. So everything you donate to Connection Hour will go to our youth groups.
Hello. We too had the ceremony of the dissolving paper, where we put in everything that will no longer serve us in the coming year. And the paper actually does dissolve completely into the water. It was amazing. I just want everyone to know, in the spirit of the fundraising for the sale, that each and every one of the Christmas cookies that you see there was handmade by one of us today. We made them by hand, and they're lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And our Unity has a youth program that provides camps for youth that are 7 through 11, 12 through 15, 12 through 14, excuse me, and 15 through 18. And so they are all different age groups, and those camps are based on the idea of unconditional love and acceptance, which many of us didn't receive in those ages. So they're starting the process of raising money for those camps now. All right, we are so blessed to have all of you with us. We invite all of you to join us downstairs after the service for Connection Hour, and we are going to stand, if you're able, and sing Let There Be Peace on Earth, and Let It Begin With Me.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Oh, yes. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. And let's join together in our unity prayer. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And our kids stamp that for their wholeness. We're going to sing our youth out with Thank You, God.
I'm gonna move to the light. I'm gonna speak of the light. I'm gonna sing with the light. I'm gonna dance with the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all I'm rejoicing gonna move to the light. I'm gonna speak of the light. I'm gonna sing with the light. I'm gonna dance in the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all, I rejoice and give praise and shine in the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all, I rejoice and give praise, and I shine in the light. Oh, shine.